Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Career Mode here on FC24. It's a beginning of season 6 here now, in which we are in the Premier League. If you missed out how we got into the Premier League, go ahead and watch the last two episodes. It's been madness, really. Those last two episodes has been absolutely crazy, but we're here now. We're here with the Premier League. We go up alongside the likes of Sheffield United and Watford. We will take on Spurs, Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea, Tottenham. All these teams in this season. It's going to be one hell of a season. And in fact, who do we kick it off against? We go and kick the season off against Leicester City. We also have Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. Those three might be played today. We also go ahead and have new kits. We have two new kits. I kept the home kit because I loved it so much. Honestly, it's my favorite kit I've seen on here. So we keep that kit. We also upgrade the stadium massively. We go from a 10 to 11K seated stadium to a 26 seated stadium, and that cost us 100 million. We had 108 million to spend in our current budget. We lost all of that. We now have 8 million to spend. And I did put up a poll up and asking whether or not we would be able to buy back players that we sell. So somebody like Martins, who we sold to Arsenal for however much we sold him for, we could buy him back, but we don't have the money. We do not have the money at the moment. We only have 8 million because we spent the 100 million on a new stadium. Spent 100 million. Theoretically, we spent 100 million on a stadium. We have already received some offers from some players. Richie got an offer from Barcelona. Now, as far as selling players, I don't have to sell players anymore. I will try and be somewhat realistic. Richie just had a great season at Wakefield. He just had, he didn't win Player of the Month. It was actually a Player of the Season. Actually, it was Lombardi. But Richie scored the game-winning goal to send us to the Premier League. So, obviously, big teams are going to be out for him. But we want big money for these players now. We're not going to offer them cheap. We are going to want big money for them. So we can go here and negotiate and try and get 130 million off of Barcelona to see if we can just have enough money to improve facilities later on as well. 135 million for Elias Richie. They are only offering 85. I will go down to 120. That is kind of the most I would go for. 125. Did I do 135? 125 now. We were optimistic, but no. Okay, cool. Well, then go fuck off, honestly. But somebody like Arias, I did go ahead and promote a lot of players. Actually, I promoted everybody that was in the Youth Academy. So they are now all in this team. Uribe, Hart, Arias got promoted. There was a midfielder, Kariaga, got promoted. In fact, we're here and going to loan list him. He might stay here, though. Fernandez got promoted. Clement's back from loan. Pot is back from loan. Every player that was on loan is back from loan, including Ramos, who's 83 overall. He might have a future to stay into this season. That will be interesting. We have a striking dilemma up here in seeing who's going to be our backup striker, either Ponce, Correa, or Texera, and these might end up even as a starting striker if Lombardi goes out, as he got approached by AC Milan. And we are going to go and kick things off here with a scouting report. We're off to Ukraine, Paraguay, and there's another nation, England. We're back to homeland England as well. We're going to kick things off with a special scout report of the first time this season. We still are really only allowed, we are now allowed to buy back players. We either can buy back one player per season or bring in one free agent per season. But other than that, every single player has to come from the Youth Academy. In fact, if we buy back a player, it has to be that one that we sold. Somebody like Santos, somebody like Martins, it has to be a player we sold. A free agent doesn't really have to be a player we sold or let go. We have let go of some players in the past. I know Porter has been released last season. So that was that. We actually almost lost Richie on a free as well. Thankfully, I checked the contracts right before the end of the season off camera. But we are getting nothing from the scout reports to kick this season off with, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. And our first selling of the summer is going to be Czech, one of the free agents that we brought in a couple of seasons ago. He has been sold now. He wasn't happy with his game time. He didn't really have a future in this club anyway with the players that we have brought in. For 4.35 million, he is gone to some club I honestly have never heard of. All right, we are going to go ahead and I can't decide whether or not if I want to allow Lombardi to be sold. So I'm going to go ahead and do something different. Accept offer is head, reject offer is tails. Flip a coin.
Tails.
It's tails we reject. Lombardi stays. And just to give an update on some of the deals that have happened so far this summer, Figueroa has been loaned out to Club Brugge, Fox has been loaned out to Feyenoord, Weston has been loaned out to Rangers, Villa loaned out to Spezia, Correa loaned out to Rayo Vallecano, New Boy Garcia has been instantly loaned out to SC Braga. Hart has been sold to Manchester City for $3.9 million. Potter has been sold to Everton for $8 million. Arias has been loaned out to Inter Miami. Czech obviously got sold to Casapia for $4.35 million. That is all the deals that have been done so far this summer. We are up to $22 million, and more deals are looking more than likely to come through. First real scout report of this season. We got a little special one at the start there. This is the first one. Luis Hayes is not good enough. Henry Dreams is not good enough. None of these guys, in fact, are good enough. Now over towards Paraguay, where we have a decent pool of players, but honestly it's looking like they are all not good enough to be coming into this team and try and fight their way in towards that first 11. And then next up in Ukraine, it's looking absolutely horrendous. This guy has the best potential, but his position play isn't great. That guy is awful. Nobody from Ukraine is coming in. This is our best team at the moment. We quite literally don't have a reserve. We are running it thin at the moment. We have Jacobson, Lombardi, Ramos is back in the starting right wing position, Richie at cam, Varela center mid, Mayor center mid, Ruiz, Watts, Guzman, and Sykes stay as our back four for now. Veta and net as now. Yerby is our goalkeeper backup. Gonzalez right back backup. Kyoga is our center mid backup. Clements at the cam position backup. Pedersen our right wing / left wing backup. Alves same there. Ponce striker can also play on the wing as well. That is going to be our first team. That is our team going into our first game of the season here against Leicester City. We are in fact playing at home as well. It's technically Molten Road, but it is Wakefield Park. I don't know why the name isn't changing. And to show y'all our new kits, we obviously have that kit that stays there, and we went a little bit different this season. We kind of have a green and whitish kit there, mostly green though. That is our away kit, and then our alternate kit is a bit different one. It's a bit out there. It's kind of a dark purple yellow cheater pattern. We are going to play in our natural home kit against their home kit, and this is the team to take on Leicester City, our first game of Premier League football. And it's the same team that pretty much got us there, besides Ramos. Let's get to it. Sykes tossing and turning with the defender, trying to clear it. Instead finds Shrewsbury Hall. Leicester City, probably not the hardest challenge to test us as our first Premier League experience. But, I mean, I'm playing Premier League football with this team. I didn't think it would actually happen this soon. It's Lombardi, who might still be on his way out. Richie still might be on his way out. Big clubs are coming for him. Real Madrid was the last one to come after Richie. I actually accepted a $125 million offer for him. His contract broke down. And Renato Sanchez has the lead for Leicester. And we can see their first goal of the Premier League season. Nuama, 2-0 for Leicester. Multiple changes. Ponce coming on for Lombardi. And then another 3 changes as well. Ramos off for Alves. Clement on for Richie. And then Kyoga on for Mayor at that center mid spot. So first look at Premier League football for most of these players. First look at any type of football for Wakefield for Kyoga, the center midfielder, just coming from the Youth Academy last season. And here it is on the ball instantly. Can he find Alves out wide? He can. Alves out wide. Can he find Clement? It will be deflected into the path of him. Now, Alves crossed in. Varela header, no. Kyoga wins the ball, falls into Ferguson's hands. Watts now into Ruiz. Ruiz to Varela, to Jacobson, back to Ruiz, now into Ponce. Ponce will look to lay it off. He's going to lay off to Kyoga. Kyoga from distance, that's off target. And that will be all she wrote. It's going to be a 2-0 loss in our first game of the season. Only forcing the keeper to really make one save. Every other one was kind of off target. That is not how you want to start the Premier League season. But it's kind of how I expected it to start. And another ambulance. This is the 4th one of this day. It's happened. I did it again with heads and tails. With Lombardi, it went heads, so we went ahead and accepted the offer. We have to bring back Correa back from loan. That's exactly what we do. But Lombardi is going. His time here at the club is over, for now at least. For now. He might have a future later down the line if we bring him back. But for now, it is over. Lombardi has been sold to Aston Villa for 128.5 million. He has been sold to Aston Villa. We could have got 79 million more, which I don't think that's true at all. And we go ahead and sign a player. We buy a player. One of our old players are coming back, and if you can't tell who it is by now, and you haven't been watching for long enough, but a certain man we sold to Arsenal not too long ago is back here with Simon Hoffman to lead that midfield. Claudio Martins has joined back from Arsenal for 55 million. And he is back here at Wakefield to lead that midfield alongside Videla, Mayor, Richie. The 6'4" giant is back for 53.7 million. In fact, welcome back, Claudio. This is Nottingham Forest's lineup. It's absolutely insane. Cabral got to be a center or goalkeeper regen. Back Donnelly, Kiyake, iffy. Crespo, iffy. Midfield gets a little bit better with Oba, Maidele, Millie. Medina's a great center mid. Their attack is insane. Alonga, Jesus Fayeta, and then Gabriel Martinelli. Arsenal man there. This is our new starting 11. We obviously sold Lombardi for 123 million, 28 million. So Ponce is the starting striker now. Correa is back from loan. He's on the bench. We have Claudio Martins, who's back into the team at center mid. Him and Videla, that duo ship is back. Jacobson on the left, Ramos on the right. Ruiz, Watts, Guzman, Sykes, Veta stay the same. Let's get our second game of the season, and we're in our cheetah print. Guzman now wins the ball back. He's playing center mid. Richie into Claudio Martins. Welcome back to the team, Claudio Martins. Welcome back with a bang. Saved. Ponce or Richie on the rebound. 1-0 for Wakefield. And that all started because of Claudio Martins' long shot. And Richie has an easy tap in. And it's 1-0 for Wakefield. He scores the first goal of our Premier League career. And of course it had to be Richie. The man that sent us up to the Premier League scores the first goal. Richie on the corner. Sykes on the header. Sykes doubles the lead. It's 2-0. That might be an own goal. It's not an own goal because Sykes is celebrating, so he actually did get ahead to it. It didn't look like he did, but it's 2-0 for Wakefield. And Nottingham Forest are in trouble here. Millie, Donley, Videla trying to stop that. No. Millie, Jesus Fayeta. Jesus Fayeta, Martinelli now. Martinelli back to Jesus. Jesus shot wide. Halftime up 2-0 here against Nottingham Forest. And Veta. Wow, we couldn't save that one. They get one back. It's 2-1. I mean, it's a good header. Who's on the back line there? That's Ruiz on the back line. He should be clearing that. It's 2-1. Claudio over the top for Jacobson. Crespo wins that ball back, and Nottingham Forest on the attack here. It's Correa. Never mind, we get the ball back. Correa out wide to Sykes. Sykes now. Sykes back to Correa. Now into Martins. Into Videla. Videla on his left foot. Saved by Cabral. It'll be out for a corner. Alves wins that ball back. Videla. Now that might be enough to seal the win. Our first win in Premier League football. Alves. Back post for Jacobson. A fancy finish at that. Goal of the season contender already. Our first win of Premier League season here is against Nottingham Forest. A 3-1 win. Jacobson with a cherry on top at the end. Game over. A 3-1 win for Wakefield. Our first win of Premier League football. And now a trip to Old Trafford against Manchester United, where we lost 7-2 last time playing them last season. And in fact, Manchester United are coming to Wakefield Park once again. There we go. It's finally named Wakefield Park as well. Your starting 11 is going to remain the same, just slightly altercation here with Alves starting. Correa is going to start instead of Ponce. And Martins, I'm half tempted to start at Cam, which is insane. He's +3 there. I'm half tempted to get Karuga to start and drop Richie, but I don't see how you can drop Richie. But this is the starting 11. Changed is only Correa and Alves. Other than that, it's completely the same there. A rematch of last year's FA Cup Round 3 fixture in which we lost 7-2. Let's see if we can beat them where it really matters in the league. I highly doubt it. Ruiz, Anthony, Simone taken out, no foul. Gabriel Jesus, I got taken out as well. Man United capitalized. It's 1-0 for United. And it's the ex-Arsenal to score. Taxiero, Gabriel Jesus again. Gabriel Jesus in towards Simone. It's 2-0. This is going to start turning real ugly once again. Frankie de Jong, Simone, Gabriel Jesus taken out. Simone, Gabriel Jesus is 3-0. And Man United running away with it. And our first big test is going to be a massive loss again. Once again to Manchester United. This time a little bit more respectable. Not really, because it's still a 4-goal defeat. I mean, no, because last time we lost 5, right? No, we lost 7-3. That's right, we did lose 7-3 last season in the FA Cup. It wasn't 7-2. We scored 2 late consolation goals. But that's going to end the first episode of Premier League football. We sit 15th with 1 win out of our first 3 games, which is honestly, it's better than what I thought it could happen, especially with those games. But we did absolutely take down Nottingham Forest, who are in 11th, so they're not having a bad season. Watford and Sheffield United, the 2 other teams that got promoted with us, are struggling at the start of the season. Watford are struggling real bad as well, though. Next episode is be the end of the transfer offer. We'll see if anything happens out. I don't think anybody can. We'll have Sheffield United, Brighton, West Ham, and maybe even Brentford. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.